Welcome to GOLFJOY tutorials.
Turn your attention now to the 5th hole at Pebble Beach. I'm just going to give you an example of the precision they go into when designing each hole. So this tree in the background is going to replicate the 5th hole in real life. It is the exact same species, height, and even tilt that you would find if you actually went to play the 5th hole. So if I'm standing on this tee and then I went to play Pebble Beach in real life, it would be like this is my practice round for the hole. So now we're just going to take you through the process of actually how the designers create this hole. So here, they're going to put the tree in the background, just copying this picture on the right. And first of all, they go from a kind of far away view, just making sure the height of that tree matches the picture on the right to the exact specifications. So you can see the level of detail and the time it takes to even put every tree in the correct place and also the correct tilt. So they've chosen the correct position now relative to the others, and now they have to make sure by turning the tree that each leaf and the angle of each leaf matches this picture. So you can imagine how long each hole and then each course is going to take to design if this is the level of detail and intricacy they go into. So by paying this closer attention to the detail, it makes the playing experience for the user that much more enjoyable and certainly more realistic. And then you'll see those lines in the sky there. That is going to make sure that the trees, the fairway, everything is relatively in the same position. So even the clouds proportion to the tree, to the fairway, to the bunkers, and even the green. If you stepped on to the 5th hole, which this is at Pebble Beach now, having played this on the simulator, it would be like you've already played it before. Of all the different types of grass, trees, shrubbery and plants you can find within the course on the system. So as each course you'll play on the system is in a different area of the world, that requires different types of plants and flowers, different colours, different species, and all of this 500 different types of trees and plants and flowers. So while you're playing the golf course, sometimes you may not notice, but then if you went and played that golf course in real life, then you would see that what they have on the system and then what they have in real life is exactly the same. So the research and development team have made sure they've used 4K specifications to make sure the clarity is as clear as if you were playing on the real course itself. But I really love this because the amount of detail they've gone into just makes it a much more realistic and enjoyable playing experience. Okay, here's another example of how this software really captures the detail of each golf course. So I'm playing one of the most famous par 3s in the world, the 7th at Pebble Beach. You can see how I've set it to the dusk setting and it's so beautiful, like I've said before, the grass, the water, how the waves are bobbing up and down. And this is what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to intentionally aim to the right of the green and hit my ball in the water. Out it goes into the water, and here you'll see straight into the horizon, one big splash. Okay, really nice, very realistically. Now we're going to test how realistic these trees are. Obviously on the real course, if we find ourselves behind the tree, you can't just hit it straight through. First one, I'm going to try and knock it over the tree and then see if my ball is affected, and if it is, by how much. So that I hit the tree and the wall, both bounced OB. 1 out of 1, very realistic. Okay, my next option here would be to try and hit it around the tree. So I'm going to intentionally aim to the left. Let's aim at this tree here. I'm going to intentionally hit this ball lower, control that trajectory, and see if this tree really is an obstacle and how it will affect my golf ball. Okay, yep, that tree's pretty solid. You'll see I actually bounced further back than where I started. Therefore, these trees are something you do not want to come up against when you're playing this golf course. We're on the 3rd hole of Pebble Beach, just to the left of the tee at the minute. I wanted to take you here just to show you the level of detail they have on this software. So the attention to the grass is unbelievable. You see the trees and the wind, how it rustles the leaves, really kind of allows you to be more immersed in the game. It's much better than most of the software you see for the other simulators. As well as that, you can change the time of day. So I'm going to take you to just before sunset, so dusk, and you'll see unbelievable how beautiful this course can be. So here you'll see the sun coming in, how it changes the light. It'll almost get the rays of the sun through the trees. The attention to detail is spectacular. The flowers look beautiful, the grass, the path, everything's perfect. And then the last thing, you can do like a flyover for the hole, and you'll see here you'll actually see the shadows being chased back towards the sea. So here's unbelievable, the distinction between the fairway, the rough, the bunkers, and then in the distance to the horizon. So for me, I personally love playing this. It gets me quite excited to actually go and visit this golf course because they make it look so realistic and enjoyable to play.
GOLFJOY.